Hi everyone, it's Matt Lockaby. I'm the managing partner at Lockaby PLLC here in Lexington, Kentucky, and we are here today to talk about the fifth and final step in the M&A process, the integrating step or the integrating phase. Look, the deal might be signed, the paperwork is finalized, but you're not done yet. And in fact, a lot of people would argue, including myself, that the hardest work is just now in front of you, and that is bringing these two entities, these two companies together into one unified organization that runs smoothly and efficiently and delivers all of the value that you thought you were going to get out of this transaction. This is the most important phase by so many accounts, and it doesn't matter where you read it or the source from whom you read it. The vast majority of M&A deals that fail, and the ones that you read about in the news, the ones that make the papers, are the ones where the integration phase goes wrong. And so if you're waiting until the very end, right? If you're waiting until after you've signed the paperwork, until after you've taken over the keys to start thinking about your integration and to start thinking and planning for how that integration is going to work, you're too late. This needs to be something that you start thinking about initially in your formulating phase, in your evaluating phase during due diligence. This plan needs to come together over time so that on day one, after you close, you hit the ground running with a coherent strategy to deal with all of the things that you need to deal with on day one. So when we talk about integration, what are we talking about? We're talking about all those operational things, right? From sales, manufacturing, IT, HR, literally all of the different components of your company. We are bringing them, two companies together, and this can cause a lot of stress. This can be rife with a lot of issues. Having a plan for dealing with that is really, really important. And the last part of this is that HR piece, is the integration of what is most commonly two completely different cultures. Cultures in the way management is set up, the way decisions are delegated, the way the work gets done within the company. It's not always about cupcakes on birthdays or summer events for interns. It is really about how the work is getting done, how middle management and leadership relate to each other and to the rest of the workforce. Getting through planning for integration for those types of things is exceptionally difficult, exceptionally tricky to master, but let's dive in just a little bit here today. So first things first, transparency is going to be crucial during any integration phase, and you always want to start off on the right foot. The first thing that you're going to want to worry about are the employees, right? Employees are the most valuable asset in any company, and more than likely a huge reason why the company you acquired was the company you acquired. And employees always want to know what's in it for me. That's not a negative thing about employees, but they need to know who they're going to report to, if their pay and benefits are going to remain the same. They need to know what the vision for this new unified organization is going to be. And there's just a lot of uncertainty around M&A because so many people and so many employees have read or experienced so many bad things after a merger or acquisition, layoffs, restructuring. There's just a lot of uncertainty. The more transparent you can be with the workforce and with the employees from day one, the better. If you can build that trust initially, that trust will go a long way during what's going to be a rocky integration period. So let's start with some basic operations, right? We are going to look at streamlining operations and how things are getting done. Policies and procedures governing the work, the workflows themselves, not just between employees and departments, but between leadership, middle management, and the rest of the workforce. All of these things need to be evaluated. How is it getting done? How are we doing this? And how can we make this as efficient as possible, as quickly as possible after closing? Next is IT. Whenever two companies are coming together, there's going to be differences in the IT platforms, the processes, and the protocols that each of those companies are using. So having a plan for how those policies and procedures and protocols are going to be merged or synthesized or some replaced by others is absolutely critical. IT integration can, if it's done poorly, can lead to lost downtime, can be really frustrating for the workforce, and can really impact the customer or the end user experience as well. So having a plan for how you're doing this, when you're doing this, and the information you're providing to employees in the workforce, how it's getting done is absolutely essential. Finally, let's go back to this culture piece. Rarely are two companies' cultures the exact same. Cultural misalignment is the root cause for a lot of reasons why M&A deals fail, despite all the other synergies or values that you think you're getting from the deal. So there are different tools companies can use to make sure that this cultural alignment occurs as quickly as possible, but recognizing it does just take time. But the more careful you are about your planning, the more intentional and deliberate you are after closing, can make a real difference and a real positive difference in this vital piece of the integration over time. So look, this integration phase, this last phase of the M&A process, it is where value is won or lost, and you've got to get this right. If you take nothing away from this video, just know that the earlier you start planning for your integration, the better. And the sooner that you start mapping out all those things, from operations to HR to legal to IT to sales, the sooner you start mapping out how these two companies are coming together, how the workflows are coming together, the better. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.